The Washington Post on Friday reported that Donald Trump used to pass himself off as his own public relations agent, either named John Barron or John Miller. I want you to listen to this 1991 recording of a People magazine reporter speaking with someone who claims to be, quote unquote, John Miller.
He really decided that he wasn't, he didn't want to make the commitment. He didn't want to make a commitment. He really thought it was too soon. He's coming out of a marriage that, and he's starting to do tremendously well financially. He's got an all open field, really. And a lot of the people that you write about, and you people do a great job, by the way, actresses, people that you write about just call to see if they can go out with them and things.
Now, are you seriously, is the campaign seriously claiming that that isn't Mr. Trump?
I could barely understand it. I couldn't tell who it is. Donald Trump says it's not him. I believe it's not him.
In 1990, under oath, he testified that he did use the name John Barron, and in 1991, he told People magazine that he did use the name John Miller. So this has already been admitted previously. I don't understand why now.
I don't know those facts to be true or not. I just know that he said it's not him. I believe him. I don't even know the relevance of this, frankly. It's other than it's 25 years old. It's dealing with interests that People magazine oriented, and they're not focusing on the issues that Trump is trying to talk about today, which are jobs, terrorism, immigration problems. I mean, these are the issues we should be talking about. Why the media is spending so much time going back 25 years old to talk about a People magazine tape that may or may not be Trump. Well, it's totally irrelevant.
First of all, Mr. Trump has brought up things that were 25 years old on behalf of Mr. Clinton, former President Clinton. But second of all, I think the issue is
that was not People magazine. Those were issues that related to a core component of Hillary Clinton's strategy, which is that she's talking about breaking the ceiling for women, and yet she was an enabler and made the victims of those dalliances into a real bad situation.
My point is just that whether or not it took place in the 90s doesn't seem to be an issue, but the larger issue, and I understand your point about jobs and trade and terrorism, issues that we talk about on CNN all the time, that I've talked to Mr. Trump about quite often. The issue is, I think, here you have a man in his 40s allegedly acting as his own public relations agent, bragging about his exploits with women while married to Ivana Trump, the mother of his 3 children, and it speaks to a certain kind of character issue, don't you think?
Well, but the tape has not proven that it's him.